So I come on here because okay, in order. I'll be so excited. Anyway, I have to hurry up because I'll lose it. This is exactly why I don't get on here and just blurt out stuff. So the reason my messages sound so similar to everybody else's is because ultimately we will end up on the same timeline. Older timelines, people are going to jump onto those timelines. But while you're trying to jump onto the mainstream timeline, which is one of healing, love, and light and stuff like that, the people that are harvesting off of you want to pull you back or try to jump onto your timeline that you have connected to that main timeline. That means the timeline is just everybody having a one consciousness. So, oh Lord. Now I'm losing it because my mind wants to jump on 8 different tangents at one time. So ultimately, everybody's going to be on the same timeline of like love and light, but they have to close things on those other timelines. So just imagine it being a string, right? And this is the timeline that we all are getting on when we shifting into the paradigm. But then it's like strings, different strings for different timelines of people that connect to that. They trying to jump onto that. Well, their personal timelines, they have people trying to pull them off or jump onto that timeline. So you have to close things on your personal cord so that they can't, because they wouldn't be able to cheat. This is hard. Let me articulate it right. They can't cheat their way onto this timeline. But because people are going to ask me, how do you close the timeline up? It happens once you become invisible and once you have proper closure. It's almost like, imagine you in the snow, right? And you making tracks and somebody's following you. It's kind of like that. So what happens is they start depleting their self energetically. You burning them out magically, their sight, you shutting down all of their gifts. And that's what's causing that timeline that you on to become invisible, where they can't jump onto this timeline. The only way that you can get on it is if you do the work. That's why the timeline get attached to the main one, right? So I had just like had an explosion of joy because it was just telling me about my personal situation, and it was saying that this person wants to control me. They want to control healing by their standards. So they've been using their third eye the whole time to decide how I heal and what I heal. And now I'm being defiant in their eyes. So I was like, let's not even get into that because I'm just about to go on a tangent. I'm trying to stay focused to tell y'all. So this person, this was my ex-husband. He said he had a dream, right? And he said he pulled a $145 bill out of his pocket. I believe that's what it was. So he said he said he had a $100 bill and a $45 bill. And I don't have time to explain it because most of the time people don't know what I'm talking about because I'm already talking in the future to them. So it's just like, say it, and if they get it, then they get it. But if they don't, you know what I'm saying? It's like laying down some crumbs and you have to find a way because only you can speak the language to, kind of like when I articulate things and they come out confused to y'all. So anyway, he said he went into a store and he said it was records stacked pile high. And I told him, even though he didn't know what I was talking about, I said, those are my records. I want my records. Give them to me. But he was just like, basically I was asking him, tell me I want to know everything in the store. He was naming different stuff, but I wanted the records. I could care less about the chips and all of that crap. I want those records. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew they was mine, but I couldn't explain to him. And I'm going to have to probably do this in 2 parts. So I just asked, I was like, what is the 145? What was the significance of that money? Why am I so focused on it? Because they said that that represents agents of chaos down here. Agents of chaos that's meant to restrict you from healing, from you waking up. And that's just a whole group. So he is just tied in. I don't know where he come from the past. Like I said, I don't know. Because if I was to ask the person or tell them, they wouldn't know what I'm talking about. But I know he old enough, the same way I'm old enough when it comes to spirituality, like whatever ranking, that he got a lot of fire. He incarnated plenty of times. And I'm like, that right there is what's tied into all of the ancient stuff that I'm talking about. Those files is not just my files. They all the files I need to be able to heal. I'm going to get them back anyway. There's only one way to get them back. Somebody got to go. And it ain't going to be me because I seen myself in the future. So that's it.